Welcome to VSB News Online for Monday, December 22nd. I'm Peter Cattell. 2 years have passed since the OBA took political power and promised a 5-year campaign to restore the Bermuda economy. So it is clear that there will be a great deal of work ahead for Premier Michael Dunkley and his team. In the second of our two-part interview, to mark the moment, Premier Dunkley is asked if he might be running out of time.
I'm confident moving forward that we'll continue to see those good things continue to happen. But we have work to do, and we can't rest on our laurels. Over this holiday season, I hope everyone has an opportunity to relax a bit with family and friends, focus on the reason for the season, draw some strength, come together as a community, and then knuckle down and know that we live in a small, changing, competitive world, and we're not standing up every day to be measured and counted. We're losing, and in Bermuda we can't afford to lose any steps. We need to continue to move forward for our people and for Bermuda going forward.
Well, I suppose your schedule that when you started as the new government had its timings, but that's been thrown out of the window, I would have thought, with all the extra things that have come along. Are you running out of time? You've got 3 years.
I don't know about running out of time. There's some people who say I should call an election today after all these good things happening. But look, busy people find time to get things done. And it's a matter of priority, and it's a matter of holding people accountable. And as the Premier, I do that to my colleagues. My colleagues have stepped up and done a tremendous job. We've got a lot on our agenda, and as we move forward into 2015, I will continue to set a very ambitious schedule and continue to hold all colleagues accountable. And I know they're up to the task. Take a prime example, the gaming legislation. Comprehensive piece of legislation with 203 clauses. Minister Crockwell did a fantastic job from the beginning to the end. There was criticism along the way about not having the referendum. There was criticism about not having more town hall meetings. But at the end of the day, I think even the opposition will admit that we have a good basis of legislation that was passed for us to move forward with gaming, which is not the be-all and end-all for tourism in Bermuda, but it's another important amenity that we have going forward. And Minister Crockwell, like many in our team, need to get credit for the work they've done. They stuck to it. They listened to feedback from people, and we developed a policy that I think we can all be proud of. That's how we're going to move forward.
Your message is clear, but there's a certain amount of clamour in the air, which I suppose is part of Westminster politics. But then towards the end of the year, there seems to have been a rapprochement coming and some comments made that give hope for the future. You said you're going to stand behind the Speaker, and your party will try and stop the rancour and get on with the work. Is that a logical hope?
Of course. And I think the people of Bermuda need to hold us accountable for that commitment that we've made. Look, the House of Assembly is the Speaker's house. We all know that. We all work very hard to get in there because we want to serve the people of Bermuda. That place has been held in the utmost respect for all the years that it's been open and conducting the people's business. We have to continue to make sure that place is respected by everyone in the people of Bermuda, because it's a place where the leaders of our community make very important decisions that impact people not only today, but well into tomorrow. And at times, we've fallen short of the mark in the level of debate and how we treat each other. And you get wake-up calls in life, and the key to use those wake-up calls appropriately. My colleagues clearly know what is expected, and we will move forward on a better footing when we head into the next parliamentary session that will start with the budget debate. Look, I know the Westminster system at times can be contentious, but there's a level, there's a line that you have to draw in how you deal with these things, and you can't cross that line. And we've lived and we've learned, and I look forward for good debates in the House where we get support from the opposition. And I know there will be those debates when they don't support what we have to do. But the community wants us to talk in an open way where we treat each other with respect and don't get personal in our attacks. And we'll live and learn from that.
Christmas week has started badly with a road fatality. Police reporting a 23-year-old motorcyclist has died after losing control of his bike early yesterday morning. Sean Williams of Paget was initially treated in the intensive care unit of the King Edward Hospital, but he died a few hours later. VSB News' Chris Lodge has more.
The accident occurred on Painters Road near the junction with Harrington Sound Road in Hamilton Parish at around 1:33 in the morning on Sunday. Police saying it appears he was riding his motorbike east along Painters Road when he lost control of the bike, hitting a tree. Following the collision, Sean was admitted into the hospital's intensive care unit where he remained until his passing a few hours later. A family liaison officer has been assigned to Mr. Williams' family to assist them at this difficult time, and a full investigation into the fatal collision is underway. Police are appealing for any witnesses to the fatal collision, especially persons who may have information regarding the whereabouts of Mr. Williams in the hours prior to 1:33 in the morning on Sunday, to contact the Roads Policing Unit on the main police telephone number 295-0011. Mr. Williams marks the 14th road traffic fatality for 2014. I'm Chris Lodge, VSB News.
8 years ago, and at the age of 13, Bermuda Institute student Kristen Green joined the crew of the Spirit of Bermuda to experience its training program. After becoming the Foundation's youngest watch leader, he enrolled at the Wabash Maritime Academy and recently graduated as a junior officer. Back in Bermuda for the holidays, Kristen spoke for the 10 young Bermudians who have passed through Spirit's hands to become professional mariners.
It's gone quite well, actually. I'll say Spirit of Bermuda helped me learn the basics in order to advance my career at Wasatch. And with that, being able to join bigger ships, having that background knowledge has really helped push me forward to where I am now, completed Wasatch.
It's essential, isn't it, really, to get those qualifications?
Yeah, it's very important. Without the qualifications, you can't really go that far. And having the qualifications behind you, can go anywhere in the world and work on any size vessel.
What have you done so far?
Apart from working on Spirit of Bermuda, I was a DEC cadet on board the Oleander for a few months. Moving on from that, I've worked on a car carrier, trading between the United States and Japan, and on a gas carrier, trading between Trinidad, Brazil, and Chile.
I thought I saw you on the Venetian once.
Yeah, I was on the Venetian as a deckhand doing a summer job. So that was good fun. It's a different lifestyle than working on a merchant ship, so it was a good experience.
It's a big world when it comes to a job on the sea, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a massive world. There's so many different aspects of it that you can do, whether you're ashore or at sea. There's so many different types of vessels, so you can sort of find what you love doing on a particular ship.
Well, I would have been not surprised to hear there were half a dozen Bermudians out there training, but to hear there's 10, all with a link to the Spirit, is really quite exciting.
Yeah, it's actually great for the Foundation, knowing that they're doing their aim really to get Bermudians back into the seafaring community, and it's something that they should be really proud of, to have that many young people transit from Spirit over into sort of a bigger picture.
Now, you lived on a small island, but getting out onto the sea is a big world.
It's massive. We all know we live on a dot, but being out on sea, it's sort of like you sort of have to experience it. Not having land. There's been a few moments where you worry quite a bit, but the integrity of the ship is good, so you'll get to your destination safely.
Car ships, that really puzzles me. They look like they should fall over.
They're massive, but they're really safe. The cargo is quite fun, seeing it getting loaded and discharged, and basically brand new cars coming straight from the factory loaded on the ship. And they're just really big ships. The wind normally hits them quite hard because of the infrastructure, but it's good ships to work when you go to some interesting places as well on them.
And without shipping, we wouldn't have half the things we have in this world today.
Without shipping, we wouldn't have a lot of the things we have today. We carry something about 95% of the world's trade. So when the shipping industry goes down, it will be a sad day to see what's going to happen.
Anyone in your ancestry have any interest in the sea?
Not in my immediate family, no, but my uncles have always enjoyed fishing out on the waters, and I have some extended family that are pilots, so they've also helped me get involved in what I'm doing now as well.
As the Bermuda Police Service winds down its celebrations of its 135th anniversary, the pre-publication of a book tracing the history of policing in Bermuda is soon to be unveiled. VSB's Charles Webb shares some insight into what is in those pages.
The 130-page book begins with references to constables in Bermuda during the second assizes in St. George's in 1620 and traces the early years of policing leading to the establishment of the Bermuda Police Force in 1879 and beyond. It details the developments of the force, now called service, from the days of the horse and buggy and paddle cycles to the coming of the railway and international air service. Compiled by an editorial team of 6 former and current members and staff of the Bermuda Police Service, the book is a modern incarnation of the service as we know it, and can be traced back to the 1960s when many of the departments were formed, such as the Narcotics Section, Police Women's Department, Training School, and Marine Section. One unique feature was when a founding member of the Nazi Party, who was at large in Bermuda for 6 months at the height of World War II, was interviewed by noted British author H.G. Wells, who came here specifically to interview him. This unique book, which will be released in February of 2015, contains hundreds of photographs, including images of all officers who have served during the past decade. It should make fascinating reading, even if you are not now, never have been, or never plan to be a member of the Bermuda Police Service. For VSB News, I'm Charles Webb.
The Bermuda Football Association, North Village Community Club, and the Bermuda Hockey Federation received donations of $2,500, $1,000, and $750 respectively as winners of this year's annual Catlin Christmas Tree event. PHC was also given the People's Choice Award of $1,500. Graham Pewter of Catlin Bermuda and Suzanne DeCudo, founder of the event, were at the Washington Mall this afternoon for the prize giving.
This year we decided to theme it, and we decided to go to the sporting organizations for them to actually apply to have a tree. Last year it was just we opened it up to every charity. Basically what we did this year was actually go to the sporting organizations. And that was quite different now because the kids are involved as well now, and we found that the participation's been phenomenal. We've had over 1,400 votes this year, and that's like doubled from last year.
What can you say about the creativity?
Phenomenal. The kids have been involved. They've been making ornaments. They've also tried to theme the colors, or if there's any local celebrities, football-wise, they've involved them as well to show the community exactly what each of these organizations have been doing.
This, Charles, is the 3rd year that we've held the Christmas tree competition, and each year it's got bigger and bigger, the same number of trees, but really enthusiastic charities wanting to take part. And there is a People's Choice competition, and so passers-by can enjoy the trees, place their vote, and that's really fun as well as having a judging panel that decide the winners, there's also a People's Choice Award. So Catlin, we're tenants in this building, so it's fun, it's nice to be part of this event, and we'll keep following it through year by year.
So what happens to the trees after this?
The winning charities can just take them away with them. If anyone doesn't want to take the tree, then we donate them to local families that might not have a tree for themselves.
A derelict building that had been condemned even before Hurricanes Faye and Gonzalo smashed into its crumbling roof was demolished in dramatic style over the weekend, with the bulk of the work occurring Saturday on the Middle Road, Warwick, near Plumbers Lane and the Heron Bay Marketplace. Island Construction carried out the work, which led to some traffic congestion and detours as pieces of the ancient building fell into the road. And now we turn to Earl Baisden with today's sports report.
Late on Friday, the Bermuda Cricket Board announced the Executive Committee met to consider the report from the Tour Review Committee led by First Vice President Neon Steed. The committee was formed by the President of the Bermuda Cricket Board, Lloyd Frey, and a thorough and full investigation of the recent tour to Dubai and Malaysia was presented. The executive gave full consideration to the report and then met with acting national coach and Bermuda Cricket Board second vice president Alan Douglas. After a careful and thorough deliberations, the executive committee passed a vote of no confidence in Douglas and removed him from the board. Meanwhile, all 4 Bermudian players, Delray Rollins, Onias Bascom, Trey Manders, and Christian Burgess, were once again in the ICC Americas team that took on the Barbados CCC team at the 3Ws Oval in back-to-back 2020 matches. In the first match, the ICC Americas went down by 5 runs. Barbados won the toss and elected to bat. They scored 129 for 5 in their allotted 20 overs. Rollins returned bowling figures of 4 overs, 1 for 23, and Manders held on to a catch. In reply, the ICC Americas team scored 124 for 6 in their allotted 20 overs. Rollins was the third highest scorer with 14, while both Bascom and Manders scored 6 runs each. Burgess was not out without scoring. In the second match, the ICC Americas won the toss and decided to bat, and they scored 126 for 6 in their 20 overs. Bascom was the top scorer with 36 not out. Burgess was the third top scorer with 20. He opened the innings. Rollins chipped in with 14, and Manders was run out for 11. In reply, the ICC Americas team restricted the Barbados CCC team to 123 for 5, with Rollins holding on to a catch. Rollins was the only Bermudian bowler for the innings, and he finished with 2 overs, none for 12. In First Division play yesterday in Bermuda Football Association football, after a scoreless first half at the Devonshire Recreation Club, Tristan Smith scored the lone goal of the game for visiting Somerset Eagles to defeat Wolves 1-0. In other First Division action, it was Boulevard Blazers 3, Young Men's Social Club 0, Paget Lions 1, Devonshire Colts 11, Crossroads 6, Ireland Rangers 0, St. David's 0, BAA 5. In Premier Division football action at Bernard Park, Jalen Bather gave visiting Robin Hood a lead in the 31st minute, but North Village Rams player coach Ralph Bean Jr. equalized in the 46th minute. Keisha Bean then put the North Village Rams ahead midway through the second half, but Liam Evans would equalize for Robin Hood as the two teams played to a 2-2 draw. In other Premier Division action, it was Hamilton Parish 1, Dandytown Hornets 2, PHC Zebras 2, St. George's Colts 1, Devonshire Cougars 1, Somerset Trojans 2, and on Saturday night at the BAA field it was Flanagan's Onions 1, Southampton Rangers 1. Dej Miners and his Franklin Pierce men's track and field teammates placed second out of 4 teams in the Elm City Challenge hosted by Southern Connecticut State University. During the meet, sophomore miners met the NEIC AAA Championship qualifying times. Miners also posted a school record and met the NCAA Championship provisional qualifying standard. This after he had won the 800-meter run with a time of 1:52:30. Miners also competed in the men's 3,000-meter run where he finished 5th in a time of 9:13:39. Miners was part of the Franklin Pierce men's distant medley relay team that crossed the line first in a time of 10:16:83. The harness pony racing season continued at the National Equestrian Center on Beasley Street yesterday. Tea time with Aaron Medeiros in the bike won Heat 2, the 1:10 and 4 to 1:12 and 4 time bar division race, getting one leg out when they clocked a time of 1:10 and 3. Colonel Cyclone finished second with Maurice Reyna in the bike in a time of 1:12 flat. Heat 3 saw David Burrows in the bike of GV Special Dream cross the line first, clocking a time of 1:07 and 4, and this was during the 1:05 and 1 to 1:07 and 1 time bar class. Mr. Indiana with Carista Rebane in the bike finished second in the time of 1:08 and 3, and Alar's Last Chance and Jordan Smith finished third, clocking a time of 1:09 flat. Kaiwan Miners had an impressive outing during the Equestrian Sports Productions Holiday Series Festival in Wellington, Florida. On his mount, Montana, Miners finished second competing in the 1.40 meter speed class out of 33 competitors in the National A 4-star event. Miners and Montana clocked a clear round time of 65:99.8. Jillian Teixeira and Rayshawn Birch concluded taking part in the PSC Dendran Rushdown International Horse Jumping event in Holland. Teixeira competed in the 1.40 meter table A with a jump-off class against 78 competitors. Riding Amarula, Teixeira finished 43rd, clocking a time of 67.61, and they had 8 penalty fault points. Birch, riding Stenkaras, competed in the 1.20 meter small tour table A on time class. The pair finished 28th, clocking a time of 67.39, and they had 8 penalty fault points. Birch also competed in the 1.30 meter Big Tour Grand Prix table A with a jump-off class, finishing 48th, riding Super Howd. The pair clocked a time of 66.59, and they had 13 penalty fault points. The Royal Hamilton Amateur Dinghy Club's 2014-15 Frostbite Series is underway in the Hamilton Harbor. 3 classes have taken to the waters. They are the 420, Laser Standard, and Laser Radar fleets. Nico Stephanie leads the 420 class with 9 net points. James Amaral and his crew, Blair Blakeney, are in second with 16 net points, while Pete Ramsdale is in third with 21 net points. Malcolm Smith is the current leader in the Laser Standard class with 8 net points. Raquel Evans is in second with 15 points, and Rajay Woods is in third with 22 net points. Ben Smith leads the Laser Radar class with 14 net points. CC Woman is in second with 15 net points, and Mickey Woman is in third with 16 net points. I'm Earl Basden reporting for VSB Sports.
Looking at the weather for Tuesday, December 23rd, it will be mostly cloudy with periods of rain and a chance of thunder early. Winds will be southeasterly light to moderate, backing and increasing easterly moderate during the afternoon. We are expecting a high near 70 and a low near 62. This report is courtesy of the Bermuda Weather Service. Thanks for watching VSB News Online for Monday, December 22nd. I'm Peter Kitzel.